Have you ever dreamed of stepping into a storybook village, where old wooden houses sit quietly beneath snow-covered mountains? Welcome to Shirakawa-go, a small village in central Japan that feels frozen in time. Shirakawa-go is located in Gifu Prefecture, deep in the mountains. It's not a place you pass by, you have to go looking for it. And that's what makes it special. This tiny village is most famous for its gassho-zukuri farmhouses. Gassho means hands in prayer, because the roofs of these houses are steep and pointed, just like two hands pressed together in prayer. These rooftops are not just beautiful, they are smart. They were built this way to withstand heavy snow, because Shirakawa-go gets covered in deep snow every winter. Some of the houses are more than 250 years old, built entirely with wood, straw, and ropes, no nails at all. And yet, they still stand strong today. The entire village of Shirakawa-go was recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1995. Why? Because it's one of the few places in Japan that has preserved this old way of living, in both building style and farming lifestyle. People in Shirakawa-go used to grow mulberry trees and raise silkworms inside their houses. The upper floors of the homes were used to store and raise the silkworms, while the families lived downstairs. Even though many people today work in tourism, the village still feels peaceful, quiet, and natural. No tall buildings. No fast roads. Just old houses, rice fields, rivers, and the sound of wind through the trees. In spring, cherry blossoms bloom beside the thatched roofs. In summer, green fields stretch wide under a clear blue sky. In autumn, the trees turn gold and red. But in winter is when Shirakawa-go becomes truly magical. The village is blanketed in snow. The roofs hold it like fluffy white hats. At night, the whole village is lit up during special events, tiny golden lights glow from each house, making the village look like a scene from a dream. People travel from around the world just to see it. But Shirakawa-go isn't just about taking pretty photos. It's about stepping into a way of life that has survived for centuries, simple, beautiful, and deeply connected to nature. Step inside one of the tall, thatched-roof houses of Shirakawa-go, and you'll discover something amazing. These houses may look small from the outside, but they are actually huge on the inside, often with 4 or 5 floors. They were designed to be both a home and a workspace. Every corner had a purpose. The ground floor was for the family. There was usually a large room with a fire pit in the center, called an irori. This wasn't just for cooking or staying warm. It was used to dry out the roof, chase away insects, and even smoke the wood to make it stronger over time. There was no chimney, so the smoke would rise through the roof and out through gaps in the straw. It might sound smoky, but this was one of the reasons these houses could last for generations. Go upstairs, and you'd find the silkworm rooms. People in Shirakawa-go raised silkworms for centuries. Silk was a valuable material, and even small villages could earn income by growing it. The silkworms were kept in wooden trays, and the rooms were carefully heated and ventilated. In summer, the whole family, sometimes even children, would help care for them. The roof itself was a masterpiece. It was made using layers of thatch, long bundles of grass or straw. Each layer was carefully tied by hand using rope. The roof was so thick it could last up to 30 to 40 years before needing repair. But here's the amazing part, when it came time to rethatch a roof, the whole village helped. That's right, in Shirakawa-go, people didn't just live side by side. They supported one another like a family. This practice is called yui, meaning mutual help. Everyone, young and old, worked together to repair roofs, share tools, and support each other through every season. It's one of the secrets to Shirakawa-go's survival, community. Even today, when a house needs a new roof, volunteers come together to help. They climb up with bundles of straw, tie each layer with precision, and share meals afterward. It's not just work, it's a celebration of tradition. Inside many houses today, you can still see the original wooden beams, blackened by decades of smoke. Some homes have been turned into museums or ghost houses, so visitors can sleep the way locals once did, on tatami mats, warmed by the aurori, surrounded by the scent of old wood and rice straw. Every creak in the floor, every beam above your head, tells a story. Stories of farming, of snow, of silk, and of families who stayed strong through winter after winter. These aren't just buildings. They are living memories, passed down through generations, standing tall under the snow. In Shirakawa-go, life has always been shaped by the seasons. For hundreds of years, families here lived close to nature, planting rice, harvesting vegetables, and preparing food that could last through the cold winters. Even today, many homes still follow the rhythm of the land. Villagers plant rice paddies in spring and harvest them in autumn. The paddies stretch out in neat rows beside the houses, creating a picture-perfect view in every season. But farming in the mountains was never easy. The soil is not as rich as in other parts of Japan, and the winters are long and harsh. So people learn to grow special crops, like buckwheat, which grows quickly and makes delicious soba noodles. One of the most famous dishes from Shirakawa-go is gohei mochi, grilled rice cakes brushed with a sweet soy sauce and miso glaze, then roasted over a fire. They're crispy on the outside, soft inside, and full of flavor. You can also find wild vegetables like fuki, butterbur, sansai, mountain herbs, and mushrooms picked from the nearby forests. These are often preserved in vinegar or soy sauce for the winter months. And of course, there's Hida beef, one of Japan's finest types of wagyu. Although the Hida region is just outside Shirakawa-go, some restaurants in the village serve. Food here is not just about taste. It's about connection, to the land, to tradition, and to family. Now, imagine this scene. The village covered in snow. Warm light glows from the windows. And outside, a crowd gathers under the night sky. This is the Winter Light-Up Festival, held each year in January and February. For a few nights, the entire village is lit up with golden lights. The snow-covered roofs sparkle. Photographers line the hilltops. It feels like a fairy tale, and people travel from around the world just to witness it. There are also smaller, more traditional festivals throughout the year. The Doboroku Festival, held in October, celebrates the harvest and offers a rare treat, doboroku, a homemade cloudy rice wine. Locals wear colorful clothes, dance, and share the rice wine with visitors. It's one of the few times when people in this quiet village get loud, laughing, singing, and honoring the spirit of the season. No matter the time of year, Shirakawa-go offers more than scenery. It offers an experience, one made with flavors, traditions, and celebrations that bring people together. And as we continue, you'll see how this village, though small, has captured the hearts of travelers from all over the world, and why so many return again and again. What makes Shirakawa-go truly special isn't just its buildings or traditions, it's the way it lives in harmony with nature. This mountain village changes with the seasons, each one painting the land in a different color. In spring, the snow melts and fresh green leaves appear on the trees. Streams flow with crystal-clear water, and cherry blossoms bloom beside old wooden homes. Summer brings warm sunlight and quiet afternoons. The rice paddies shine with reflections of the sky, and fireflies appear in the night, glowing softly near the rivers. It's the season of rest and farming, of festivals and open windows. Autumn is a time of golden beauty. The forests around the village turn red, orange, and yellow. The air grows cooler, and people begin preparing for the long winter ahead. Rice is harvested. Firewood is stacked. Food is preserved. Then comes winter, Shirakawa-go's most famous season. Snow falls thick and soft, covering the village like a white blanket. The steep gassho-roofs hold the snow easily, and smoke rises gently from the chimneys. It's quiet. Still. Peaceful. The sound of footsteps in the snow is often the only noise you'll hear. But this silence is not empty, it's calm. It's the sound of life moving slowly and naturally. People in Shirakawa-go live simply. There are no malls, no trains, no neon lights. Instead, you'll find old post offices, local shops, small cafes, and ghost houses run by families who've lived here for generations. Some villagers still grow their own food. Others welcome tourists, share stories, or teach traditional crafts like weaving or cooking. Visitors are often surprised by how kind and open the locals are. Even if they don't speak English, they welcome you with smiles and warm gestures. You'll see children walking to school in the snow, elderly farmers tending small gardens, and neighbors helping each other without being asked. Modern technology exists here, but it doesn't lead. In Shirakawa-go, life isn't about rushing or consuming. It's about living well, with balance, with care, and with respect for the land. Many visitors say they feel lighter after coming here. Like they've left stress behind and discovered something simple and pure. It's not just a place to see, it's a place to feel. And as we reach the end of this journey, one last story remains. How Shirakawa-go, once unknown, became a global treasure, and why it continues to inspire people all over the world. For hundreds of years, Shirakawa-go remained a quiet mountain village, far from the cities, almost untouched by the modern world. But that changed in 1995, when it was officially recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This honor wasn't just about beautiful houses or snowy views. It was about something deeper, a rare example of how humans and nature can live in balance. Shirakawa-go's gassho-zukuri homes, the way they're built and used, are considered cultural treasures. They are not just old buildings, they are living history. Each one tells the story of families who survived harsh winters, worked with their hands, and lived in harmony with their land. After gaining world recognition, the village saw more visitors. More people wanted to see the fairytale snow. More photographers came to capture the glowing light-ups. And travelers from around the globe came to feel the magic of this peaceful place. But with visitors came challenges. Too many tourists could damage the delicate roads and disturb the quiet life of the villagers. So the people of Shirakawa-go made a choice, to protect their way of life. Strict rules were created. No large tour buses in certain areas. No touching or leaning on the old houses. And a limit on how many people can stay during the famous winter light-up nights. Even the local ghost houses, called minshuku, are often family-run, keeping tourism small and personal. Thanks to these efforts, Shirakawa-go has kept its soul. It has stayed true to itself, even while welcoming the world. For many visitors, Shirakawa-go leaves a lasting feeling. It's not just the beauty that stays with you, it's the peace. The sound of snow falling on a thatched roof. The warmth of a fire pit in a quiet room. The kindness in a villager's bow. It reminds us that happiness doesn't need to be loud. That a slow life, close to the land, can be full of meaning. Today, Shirakawa-go stands not just as a village, but as a symbol of survival, tradition, simplicity, and deep human connection. So when you walk through its snowy streets, or stand beneath its towering roofs, remember, you're not just looking at history. You're walking through a story that still lives, still breathes, and still inspires. This is Shirakawa-go.